Anyway. So let me get to the other part of the scheme now. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The first part that we're gonna deal with is last year, and this I think slipped us mostly because it was election time. What the hell have you studied about this here for? But last year, the bank, the bank orchestrate, right? They had two representatives of the bank went to Dubai. They say that they are looking for citizenship by investment. So they want a picture with the prime minister. They took the said picture with the prime minister and they say, Sinkits and Nevis welcomes Hamilton Reserve Bank Dubai and is proud of this bank for being the only bank in St. Kitts and Nevis to operate in Dubai and wherever. So they use it basically as an endorsement to let people know
Yeah.
that the prime minister gig with the bank. You check it out. Um, let me read. Yeah, let me read from this story here. The Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, Dr. Terence Drew, has refuted an attribute made about him in a paid press release that was disseminated on Business Wire and other news websites across the world concerning Hamilton Reserve Bank. The other news outlets is like Yahoo, AP, Reuters, all the big people. So as I say, it was good exposure for them. The misinformation quoted Prime Minister's statement that he did not make and said Sinkits and Nevis said the Sinkits and Nevis PM office. It is highly improper for any company to pay for the international publishing of a quote which I did not make. The general public must know that I did not make any comment about Hamilton Reserve Bank publicly or privately, in Dubai or otherwise. Authorities have confirmed that the event in Dubai was organized for CBI program consultants and immigration agents, and no banking related persons were invited. Following, following the investigation of this matter, it was revealed that two persons, Sheba Radha Krishnan and Sandeep George, are prime conspirators in defaming the government and had published a fake statement in their favor to benefit the bank by fabricating phony trust. It was
Wow.
also revealed that both Sheba and Sandeep attended the event on the invitation of AAA Global Incorporation and Trust Incorporated, which is an authorized agent of St. Kitts and Nevis CBI program. It is also suspected that a fraudulent banking is operated under the shadow of AAA Global Incorporation and Trust Inc. They both pretended to be citizenship agents to get their photograph with the Prime Minister Terence Drew and published it in a manipulated manner. Apart from the PM's office statement, a journalist from the Associated Times was also present at the event for the coverage. It has been confirmed from videos and speech script of the Prime Minister that no such statement did mention Hamilton Reserve or any of its associates. Hamilton Reserve did not respond to multiple emails for comments on the circulation of the press release using fake attributes of Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew. Following the occurrence, it is expected that the St. Kitts and Nevis Embassy in the UAE will reach out to the authorities and Dubai Financial Services Authority for immediate action against Hamilton Reserve Bank and its relationship managers who were spotted in the photograph. Um,
WOW.
I would like to tell you that on the Hamilton Reserve Instagram because man, I've bathed in the blood of Hamilton Reserve. You know? Oh my God, I know about that bank there. You know. So on their Instagram, the picture is still up. If you go up on Business Wire right now, the article is still up. So I feel like if Dr. Drew wanna get away from this, he got to take a little further action. You know what I'm saying? You got to tell them, man, take down them things. Take them down. But that is just one little. And you could judge it in multiple ways. You know what I mean? They want a little promotion. People don't do worst things for promotion. But they did do the thing. And they still got it up. And it is still up on still up in other places. So you see, they're still kind of getting the benefit of being like, boom. Because
Yeah.
even upon the Instagram, they still got the same quote of Sinkits and Nevis welcomes, wherever, you know what I'm saying? So just go get Panda, really figure it out. Um, that is one of the things that happened. As I say, I feel like that I miss Abby because it was election time. This happened December the 5th, they say so, and the following day, Dr. Joe come out and say, me not say nothing like that. So ain't take him no time to say, no, take me out of that. But me not feel like he got the extra step to make sure that he really out of that. Because the pictures on him still up. And I don't know if people been know about that neither. But if I did know, no, I don't know.
Smell a big ass rat.
Yeah, they got the one about them not filing statements. The premier said that's cap. And the premier don't lie. So me not just exo that story there one time. Me not think that again about that. Um okay. Here's another issue that is taking place. You recall that I would have tell you that Mr. Gager was appointed at a bank in Malaysia.
Malaysia.
Yeah, they have him here as the managing director of FinTech Bank in Malaysia. So this
They
is another
have
little
him here.
story time. This is another little story time. So here's the story. On the 19th of April 2013, the Laban Financial Services Authority posted an investor alert on their website, shutting down Hamilton Reserve Bank's affiliate Fintech Bank Limited pursuant to Section 193 of the Laban Financial Services and Securities Act 2010 for non-compliance to minimum capital and or other regulatory requirements. The Laban Financial Services Authority has imposed business restriction on the following Laban licensed entities pursuant to Section 192, blah, blah, blah. These entities are not allowed to carry out their respective license activities until the issues of non-compliances are resolved. Please be advised accordingly. And the only relevant one we need is the said FinTech Bank. So that was in April. Um, When FinTech Bank received its
April.
commercial bank license from the Laban Financial Services Authority, a press release stated, FinTech Bank is a strategic partnership between Hoa Genting Investment Bank PLC and Hamilton Reserve Bank. It's a lot of the same. FinTech Bank has a lot of the same executives as Hamilton Reserve Bank. In March 2013, Fintech Bank announced on its website, until further notice, all new customers will be onboarded to Hamilton Reserve Bank, parent company and trustee of the Fintech Bank, with full online banking access and transaction capabilities. So, when you say all of that to say, the Fintech Bank is no longer banking. And I went on the website because I was like, well, maybe they might catch you. Maybe they might catch you. So I had to go all the way upon the Malaysian financial services story. I had to click. And when you look and you click, and it said as of August 25th, 2023, FinTech Bank is not in operation. And also, man, I've gone on several websites because just like I could go on other websites and I will get a link to Hamilton Reserve Bank and it always open. Anytime I click to go on FinTech Bank, it tell me, man, that's an error. What you talking about?
So, so you're trying to say, dog?
I'm no, me not try say me don't tell you the bank is not in operation. The FinTech Bank is not in operation.
So, so, so
The
my boy
financial
is in Malaysia.
services, the financial services, who is in Malaysia?
The general, the manager, the director, or whatever you call him.
Um, he was still appointed to the position, but it's just that that is no longer, the entity ain't functioning anymore. Well,
Oh
he said
shit.
until they have addressed the issues with regards to non-compliance.
Well, how long that was in Nevis for?
Um, how long? Who was in Nevis?
The company.
But the company wasn't in Nevis. You know? Let me tell you why they have. Basically, Hamilton Reserve Bank farm them as Hamilton Reserve Bank is what you call the parent company. So they now farm a company in Malaysia, and what they would have do is they would have take some of the same executives what they had at the parent company, and they would have still installed them to be the executives of the Malaysian company. If you see what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So it wasn't even in Nevis. It was just a Nevis company farming a company in Malaysia. But Malaysia said no. That particular company then got some kind of compliance issues at this particular moment in time. When 'cause Chef just made a post about lawyer letter, and one thing that the premier said, it was very interesting. He acknowledged because it, on the same website where I'm seeing this information, they have been arguing that they have made a lot of complaints to the financial services department. And he said basically what it is clients upset at a company and calling a government to get the money. And he's saying the government is telling them all you need to do what all you got to do, which is find a liar and get all your money. Let liar do what liar do. That he advice to the clients them. I don't know how this gonna work out from the perspective of okay, we want financial services to be a viable entity and to be looked at as doing a good regulatory job and them type of thing. Me don't really know how we gonna work out in terms of how people gonna look at it, who want to invest or put money in this. As financial services in I really want to bring up that there. Have they ever revoked a license? I feel so. Hamilton Bank News. Well, I mean, the important thing about the Hamilton Bank if there is any gangsterism going on, it just needs to be found out. If there is nothing
But
going on, then
Alan,
there is no story.
but based on
Mm-hmm.
what you tell me, right? It look like the same company is the same company create their own company who endorse the company who make it look like they got clients.
Where did the pong in? Oh.
Yes, I shut a
No, I
bus.
didn't. No, I'm here ponging right now. Okay, story right now. I ain't supposed to be hearing the ponging right now. This is 10 o'clock in the morning.
Somebody a try break and enter and break.
No, if they ain't try break and enter ginger and bite them, no? I would not advise them to try to do that. But anyway, as me I say, this it only gonna be something if it's something. Maybe it's not. The premier don't say as far as the filing of the annual reports, that's cap. That fake news. But he did acknowledge that they have been receiving complaints about withdrawals from clients, and I had find that interesting. I don't know if that was meant to slip out him out like so. That one that didn't kind of shock me. Certain things where you don't say, I don't know if people, cause I would have been in the press conference like, yes, that, I would have been right, mass.
But Alan, something you have to give and take.
Yeah, well, as I tell you, it's a lot of
Because
taking again, man.
because here yeah, the more you hold it tight, you understand me, the more you put your ass in the grass, you know. The little bit you release, you know what I mean? You put somebody else under the bus, you know, after you in the clear, you know.
Well,
Cause
let's
guess
see.
what? You were pleased, you were surprised, he let that information there, right? So guess what? He give you the benefit of the doubt to you say, but he look like you not really part of this boy. He look like he not really part of the drama, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, well,
That's somebody who thief money from you and help you look with it.
okay, you kind of, it's very important. Um, the next issue that they have, from what I was able to ascertain, is what I will refer to as the Puerto Rico issue. Um, According to the story, there's an issue with their correspondent banking. I think that they would have been going through a bank called Reserve Trust, which is a bank in Denver, Colorado. This bank was the subject of Senate hearings in the United States, and
And no place like Denver.
their access to the Federal Reserve was cut off. So they couldn't move through with the federal trust in Denver. I think they had some kind of issue. One of the senators was end up being on the board of directors for the company, and it was basically they've been work some kind of scam, some kind of bubble, and they end up and say, yeah, we take back the license. So the license they got. According to the story, this then caused a shift to Puerto Rico. And in Puerto Rico, the Hamilton Reserve Bank, I think, would have purchased the State Trust International Bank and Trust LLC. Okay?
Hmm.
And listen, one of the reasons why these people should be taken serious, by the way, just so that financial services and the relevant authorities are understanding. These people in the document letting you know they have servers in 7 countries and they have 100 domains up. These people, if they lost money, they want back their money for real. I'm telling you, they're serious. And they are not just telling you, when you're reading it, they ain't gonna just tell you, this is what happened. They're also giving you links so that you could go to the website yourself. They're giving you letters. They have information. As me I say, maybe all of this, none of this is real. I feel like somebody need to find out though. Because if piece of this real, it could be a very big problem
True.
in my estimation. So the purchase, um, the entity what I was saying just now, the entity was struggling. They needed at least
Yeah.
$3 million injected into the company immediately. According to
Yeah.
the story, Hamilton Reserve deposited 10 million. They inject 3.5 million immediately. There was concerns about the persons who were supposed to be put in particular positions by the regulators. They didn't feel like they had enough experience in the field to execute what was going on, but they still ended up
Mhm.
giving them an opportunity to do what they was doing. Um, whoa, see her again, but them man got letters and all kind of thing. Um, okay, the OCF, and the OCF is that's the equivalent of financial services in Puerto Rico. They expressed significant concern with the proposed transaction, noting that the purchasers group does not necessarily have sufficient experience in the operation of a financial institution with banking operations.
Mhm.
OCIF even conditioned the approval on the transaction on the appointment of a managerial group with knowledge of banking operations and working experience in the banking industry. Whoa. Why Puerto Rico paying more than US $10 million to take over a critically undercapitalized bank? Oh my god, them man just a cuss. I'd try cut out the cussing. Cause you got in some question about it. When you hear a pathetic roster. Oh my god. Okay. They say STIBT had one asset that the Hamilton Reserve needed, and it was a US Federal Reserve Bank master account. Owning a master account is the holy grail. Oh my god. It grants direct access to the Federal Reserve clearing, payment, and settlement services, providing an injection point for money. Prior to this, Hamilton's only access to the US financial system was through a correspondent relationship with the murky fintech firm, the Reserve Trust Company. In early 2002, the Reserve Trust had itself come under significant congressional scrutiny surrounding how it obtained a master account from the Federal Reserve as the only non-fintech company with a Fed master account, despite other non-banks with non-traditional charters having applied for that same account. Um, Let me see. I'll try to get to the sweet part of this. Prone to detection of their bodies, creative solution, simply regulated. Wow. Pass, pass. No, 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 no. It's not the one want to give me the vibes. This new
This is not the only voice.
no. That one is not the one with the voice. That one with the voice, right?
I'm just saying, right? Based on a lot of all of this, you know what I mean? Like this is more messy than what you think, right? And due to the fact that, as you said earlier, you know what I mean, he say a lot of withdrawals, people doing complaints and people taking back the money, etc. If he let out that little bit, that means a lot is happening.
Okay. Um, this one here is talking about they had lose they had lose their master account, the same bank in
Mm-hmm.
Puerto Rico. Yeah, basically from the story, the the financial services, the OCIF in Puerto Rico, said that they have to close the account because it is a potential risk to the banking system in Puerto Rico.
I mean, let's see what it was made for.
They find some kind of potential problem with it, and they were like, no. I think they still went through issues of being like undercapitalized and that type of thing, and
Mm-hmm.
so that entity. But I suppose to see what's going on with that one.
But you see, some of the time
And
you're sending a man just to buy you over. When you're sending a man to buy you over, after you refuse a man there because you tell yourself, no, somebody legit to try get involved. You know what I mean? Whereas you're not legit.
and these man here got a letter and all. Yeah, so and it was rejected by yeah, it says on April 18, 2022, Hamilton answered the examination report, paid the examination fees, and promised to correct the findings, including the de-risking or elimination of business risks with clients from Venezuela. As reported by Hamilton, they transferred all deposits to the related Hamilton Reserve Bank on the island of Nevis. I think they also had an issue with like the de-risking and the fact that all the money was sent to Nevis, and there was also questions about if this would have violated any of the laws of Saint Christopher and Nevis, this Puerto Rico move, this entity. But I'm not sure because I feel like the entity they supposed to be under some kind of rebranding again. So I need to check out what's going on with that entity there.
So my boy don't never
And the
know.
uh, $1 billion in assets, so show me the money. Um, the last thing that they got, they are currently they started to purchase some bonds which are poorly rated from Sri Lanka in 2021. I think the value of the bonds is $250 million, and they are also asking for 7% in no 7 million in interest.
What?
If y'all are not aware, the government of Sri Lanka recently defaulted on their loan obligations. I think their default was 52 billion US dollars. They could not pay. They do not have the funds. I saw that they are offering private institutions who they owe a 30% haircut. So, for example, in the case of the 257 million there, they might tell them, yo, we pay you 180. We'll get to it, and most of the entities, I think they say, have agreed for the most part. But Hamilton Reserve say they want all the money. You understand? So that's their move right now. I think they started a case in New York in the Southern District that's down by the Wall Street people. And they have sued the government of Sri Lanka for the money. The matter, I think they're supposed to have a hearing on Thursday actually. So I'm looking to see what's
Mm-hmm.
gonna happen. Um, the legal experts that I've seen are saying that the Hamilton Reserve Bank is likely to lose this case. I am uncertain. The law is funny, but they're saying that they're gonna lose this case, um, based on the fact that really and truly creditors supposed to be equal. So and ain't suppose me not supposed to jump out and go a court and me get a judgment and then make it worse. If me get a judgment was saying that they're gonna pay me the full $257 million, why would somebody else want to take 30%? You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna
Mm-hmm.
figure out them. They have their thing to do. But even up to I saw, because these people, as I tell you, these people could tell you what going on with Hamilton Reserve Bank. They could Hamilton Reserve Bank is still buying these poorly rated shares, because even though they're poorly rated, but they have a lot of risks behind them. Really and truly, is not a safe investment. You're not supposed to go in with all of that. That whole case is a loser. If they get back the money, if they get the money back, they still have to justify why they were holding those junk bonds that are against regulation. That's one of the other things what people got to which needs to be looked at.
The junk
Are they
bonds.
allowed? Yeah, are they allowed to invest money like that? Are they allowed to invest that amount of capital in that kind of way? Only in light of what happened in the 2008 financial crisis, which was because of junk bonds. People investing in things that ain't really gonna be able to be paid back. And one of the reasons why these bonds are considered as junk bonds is because the government doesn't have to be transparent about how they're using the funds. And the funds is mostly going to projects which ain't gonna bring back money. So ain't likely that the risk gonna be worth the gamble. No man, the bill what that based on what the premier said that it makes sense. Bearer is dangerous. But he also should have said, yeah, the man push out a little bit on the other part. And the other part is kinda madam. The man I say if you want to
Yeah.
form a company, they would accept electronic signatures. That should have been from a long time.
Hmm.
You know what being analog board the CPL game? Them man give you a paper ticket, right? With a barcode on the ticket. Why them man not just coulda like get electronic tickets so you coulda flash your phone? Me don't really understand. Them man want be digital, but them man still got to be kind of analog digital.
Halfway. The halfway there.
Yeah, yeah. Me not get it. Mm. Um, I also see. But this is just a subjective thing, but people have said that the bank and other institutions like the bank are the reason why Sri Lanka end up default on their debt, because they was lending them money at such a high interest rate that they were feeding themselves. But the position of the economists is that when you jump in and you take the gamble, You got to take the risk, the consequence what come with the risk sometimes.
So they do it thinking they're gonna get back a bigger reward. Not knowing it's a risk.
Yes. No, well, you got to know it's a risk. As I tell you, we had the
Well,
2008 financial crisis. Me and I know that junk bonds
well,
is a risk, right?
well, well. Maybe they was looking at that way, knowing the fact that that was only one client.
One client, the bank say is they put the money in for themselves.
Mm.
Yeah, that was an investment of client money. Cause I think they said that some American retirees will lose up to 80% of their original investment if they
Because
just
of Sri
default
Lanka.
like. Yes, well, them gonna blame Sri Lanka.
So,
Sri Lanka still not
so,
understand how a responsible bank gonna make that kind of gamble.
so, in other words, Sri Lanka is taking the L. Sri Lanka going under the bus right now while they're doing what they have to do. So the court case is just basically up front to get the shit in order for until the date. So basically, while we here talking, they're preparing for the shit to hit the fan with whatever they want it to front with.
Well, as me tell you, Sri Lanka say I be want pay, but not that 257. And
Mm.
Sri Lanka might be a little bit more aggressive. If Sri Lanka end up to find out that the money is not good money, then Sri Lanka gonna say, well, no, 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 no. Well, I mean, I got to pay back none that. You see? But that's a longer way them man got to go to find out about them kind of scheme there. You know what I'm saying? But if
So
it's
if they
illegal
win the
money,
case, it's good for them.
who Sri Lanka? Hamilton.
Hamilton.
Hamilton. Yeah. If they win the case, they're gonna get the full money.
Yeah, so that's what
They're
I'm
gonna get
saying.
the
Though
full.
the gambling, they prepare for failure, right? But at the same time, if they win, you know what I mean? It's up for them, you know. So the game will trust for more clients.
Bye. But if they lose, bye, even a little bit, Jason, it's gonna be tough. Because remember, whoever lose the case, I'm gonna have to pay costs on
Yeah.
top of legal fees. Yeah. So he gonna be a big chunk just in the legal fees. The case again from since last year, and it's top liars them man got. Them kind of liars what us charged like thousands of dollars an hour in billable hours, yeah. That's what these man hung up on this thing. So I don't think it gonna be easy. But people are also saying that this case is slowing down the debt restructuring. Cause as I tell you, $52 billion, but them man not gonna they'll pay. That make them say, but we gonna pay you, but we got to take off something. You gotta know you're getting a disc. We're taking a discount. So you just got to tell me, yes, we're getting a discount.
They could even take whatever and have to do a land for debt swap.
And China got all the land. Part of the problem why it was so risky. China lend them money, what they could have never pay back China. But China gave back the money first. And China set up the thing too. So that the ports and so what they build, if you can't pay us back, well, we're going to take over the ports. So they are military ports in Sri Lanka and them type of things.
Mm-hmm.
China don't got all the sexy places, man. China don't got that they covered. Hamilton Bank want money, not no land for debt. Money. M-O-N-E-Y.
We build up the repertoire.
No,
This
Loretta,
at
if
least
them
I
lose,
know.
if them lose, that's
At
Hamilton
least I
Reserve
know.
built it.
At least I know this bigger than any niche. Yeah, that's I mean the niche ain't saying shit right now. So that's why the boss could leak out certain information because it's bigger than the niche.
Um,
It's bigger than the airport for sale.
me feel like the bigger things we need to be looked into is what happened with fintech, what happened down at Puerto Rico. He just take a reach out. You know what I'm saying? Me 10% Hispanic, so if I want the Puerto Rico link, just let me know. Check it out.
For
I
sure.
don't work for
For
Malaysia.
sure.
I don't work for Malaysia yourself.
But you see what happened
I
is
have the
right.
time links.
But you see what happened to Alan, you know what I mean? We get blended with or we creating jobs. We make sure 12 individuals get hired. And we want to hire 94. We make sure this and that and whatever, whatever. You know what I mean? But you're not telling the people that what the fuck with them get themselves into too. So when you see a man get easy position, you know what I mean? It's just a man who just so like quick to sign some papers where he can't read it.
But if you're going to sign papers, I would advise you. You better read them. Important.
Sometimes the man
But
just glad for the position and don't even care. You know what I mean? As long as the parents feel proud. What? Your parents could talk all day in this place when they go in the bank. Oh, my son or my daughter in this position or whatever. Yeah, you know what I mean? But you don't know not even know he just pass a boy just to sign things on just to make sure things get clear. Then after when you see FBI or whoever come, you know what I mean? You're so innocent and dumb and guilty at the same time.
Jason, it's not just jobs, you know. It's high quality jobs, you know. Jason, if I tell you you wake up tomorrow and you're in Japan, possibly you don't consider it. You have to. You have
What
to.
the goes on? Man, watch out. This gonna affect us in so much whereas like in terms of traveling for like our people who want to explore the place I have to look they implement this with visa, they implement this with that. Where look you soon might get banned now. So it's like you might get a red flag everywhere you go. Oh, you're from Nevis? Oh, I'll go to hold up people money.
But the real problem with this is, and as I saying, ain't a problem unless it is. You know what I'm saying? We have been told that the annual reports are not a problem. So maybe the other things are not a problem too. But I could tell you, I was on the Malaysian financial services and fintech is no longer. I've been trying to locate the Puerto Rican entity, and I'm not having much success either. But I will continue to try.
But I love how the people that may interact with it too because like a lot of people be following up with it, you know what I mean? Well, certain people too per se, and like how we here enlightening certain people what's going on in a sense of where where and what's happening and happening to who, you know what I mean, and who it's gonna affect at the end of the day.
And by the way, this thing happening for a couple of months now. I think this is the second time we got into this, but they operating for a couple of months and the people them serious, man. They had find one and then
Yeah, so
another sites too.
so I feel like there's a whole heap of problem going on bigger than us, you know what I mean? And not even our leaders could even handle it. So the bag drink got to leak somewhere. In one of the corner, then they got to leak. Otherwise, they can bust out to the side. And when they bust out to the side, you know what I mean? Everything got to come out. So leaking one of the kind of them premier. You do the right thing right now. I love you.
But when you talk about people can't handle things, I know you ain't talking about my premier time. I know you ain't talking about my premier time. Sure. Any problem he can handle. Any and every problem.
Hey, hey, it's one problem. It's one thing when you don't get your cut enough. You understand me? But when you realize, boy, not all money or good money, Because sometimes you spend back more than the money. Like for instance, imagine you pay somebody your thief gas to put in your truck. You know what I mean? Because gas price is so high. You spend $250 to full your truck. Then you pay somebody $50 to thief the gas. You understand me? To give you give your value what. Then when you look, the man who bring the gas you got dot in it, got all kind of thing in it. He might even bring you diesel. But you don't care. You just glad you get something. But when you start to drive and your vehicle start to act up, you understand me? You realize it costs you even more. So it's just cheaper you can just go by the gas station and just pull up and just pull up. You do things the right way. You know what I mean? Like there's a cycle, you know what I mean? Like the cycle always follow a cycle somewhere.
It, all okay. I'm gonna tell you. Cause I don't tell you. If this is not a problem, then it's not a problem. We're not got nothing to talk about, we ain't got nothing to see. People just making noise for nothing. Okay? But if this
Hmm.
is a problem, oh my god. Um you feel like Dr. Joe you feel like Dr. Joe gonna use it?
I feel like Dr. Joe meditating right now.
You feel so?
What?
Contemplating?
What?
I feel
Because
like
guess what? Guess what? Alan, you got to think carefully before you make a move.
yeah.
You got to think very carefully before you make a move. And whatever move you make, even if you budge, it's still a
Well,
move.
let me tell you. Cause remember, as me I tell you, me not ask you if you gonna use it publicly, you know. He ain't gonna use it publicly yet neither. He might just whisper, bye. The premier might ask you something on the time and he just whisper back by Hamilton result. You check it out. That mean, and we everybody might know what that mean. Understand what I mean? It ain't gonna be public, but it could be a negotiation tactic.
It always could be a
Because
negotiation tactic.
how you could put it to is, man, look how you are putting in problem with the European Union and all these people with financial services being offered. That's how you're really gonna use it, you know. That's how it gonna be, you know, if it's a problem. But if it ain't a problem,
Hmm.
it ain't gonna be a problem. You ain't gonna hear about it. If it's a problem, man, I wanna see who going under the bus.
But what happened is, right, problem already started, right, when we go down to the roots of the land in terms of the MSR. After MSR offering different opportunities now, like if they're running a country.
Listen, y'all just haters, man. Okay. Congratulations to Miss Whitaker Claxton on her partnership with SR Media. You know what I'm saying? You know when I see that today, you know I tell my mother, I said, you see, you ain't doing your part. You could have been doing CBI and help building up the the Nevis film industry, but you see, you just want to probably and divorce and them thing.
Tanya, that's the same thing I'm saying. The pressure
Tanya,
is so real, right?
Tanya
The
is not
pressure
just
is
that he
so real.
spoke. Oh, he was in high defense.
Listen, let me tell you what's happening right now, Tanya. You ever you ever experience anybody ever even tell you a story when a gun get hold to your head after you remember the day you're born? And you don't even remember that in any time in your lifetime until that time. You could remember the time you get pushed out by your mother. You understand me? Right now, he wants some advice from Vance and me. So he better go sleep long until he see Vance.
He
Watch
spent
out.
a long time. He spent a long time to the dealing with Dr. Daly. And I just listen. I just want you to realize, me just have to lie. I realized from since I said Dr. Daly improved in a little bit. You getting a little more traction. Dr. Daly, you go listen to me. You go listen to me. Like really and truly, all I should listen to me. Like I want the politics be competitive. All I should, escucha me. You check vibes. You tell the man go there.
No. Have a 3 day, have at least 3 days of slumber. You understand me? Then after when you see Vance show up in your dream, Vance gonna tell you something subliminal.